Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and we're back with our monthly attempt. Lately, it is the only video I can get the strength to muster in this game, and well, I'm not really looking forward to it because we know how this goes. This is the Ki Adi Mundi mission. It's a special mission in Phase 3 of the Lightside Geonosis territory battle, and it's extremely difficult. It requires a Shaak Ti team with clones supporting her. And I've done a step through of different relic levels, kind of trying to find the minimum gear level. But when you only get one chance at this every month, you don't really get to repeat it. You're at the mercy of the RNG, and the RNG has just been brutal. So this time, compared to my last video, I did an all Relic 5 run, and I haven't really upgraded my team at all, other than 5s went to Relic 6. All of my other Relic energy went into the Galactic Legends. I'm close to getting Rey, but not there yet. But I am not putting anything else into this clone team until I at least get Rey, and then I'm going to start working on Kylo, but maybe they'll get up to 6 in the meantime until I finish farming some of the shards. So we're going to jump into this. Basically, the first couple of turns are going to determine the outcome of the battle. At least they can ruin the battle. They don't determine that you'll win it, but they can definitely determine that you lose it. The first thing that we're looking for is the RNG from Jango, and then the Reek, and I'm going to spin it down to 1x speed, and we'll see what happens here. This is our 5th or 6th time trying this, so we don't need to go through the whole explanation. And again, of course, we lose the RNG on the Reek. He does his trample with his first turn, and therefore puts trample on our whole team, which basically means our first turn with our clones, they don't get to act like clones. Their protection's down, they can't assist, they can't do any of the other stuff that the clones are meant to do, so you're forced to use this team, and if you lose the RNG roll, then they don't get to do what they're good at. But all is not lost. I believe that the burn bug with Jango, where he would apply burn and it would kind of be invisible and uncleansable and all that nonsense, supposedly has been fixed. But it looks like he can still do it. I don't think his abilities go on cooldown, so you could get, I've heard stories of people getting burned, and then on Jango's next turn they get burned again. He doesn't have a cooldown on that burn ability, and that can really put a damper on your run as well. So, it's my turn now. We are up and running. Trample is on everybody. What we're going to do with our first turn here is try and burn down, as always, the B2 Super Battle Droids. We are not going to be able to call any assists, so is there any reason to do so? Well, we're not going to call the assist, but we should put the turret control on somebody. It will give us an extra shot, and typically we put that on the highest turn meter person, but in this case, I'm going to give it to Echo, because he'll be, I think, the first clone that I cleanse, and so maybe he'll be assisting, maybe the turret will get an extra shot or two, and his turn meter is close to everyone else's. So that's what we're going to do. This should be 2 shots. One from the ARC Trooper, there it goes, followed up with a turret shot. Then we get attacked by the B2s. I think we are going to cleanse. We get rid of the buff immunity. Is that hurting us? No. I guess the trick is we can put up buff immunity and get the resistance up, the tenacity up, so that hopefully we resist the burn on the next turn here. Assuming it doesn't get stripped, assuming that Jango actually uses it, do we instead save it for when Jango uses the burn, and then we go to cleanse it with that? I think that's the way to go. I don't mind a burn here. Again, we want somebody to die. We want to get that sacrifice. So I'm going to stay away from the cleanse. Buffs aren't doing anything for us, so having buff immunity, I don't really care. So let's again go after one of the Bs here, the B2s. The Reek attacks Jango. That's fortunate. I don't think we can call an assist, and I don't really want 5's taunting, even though he couldn't, because it would be blocked by the buff immunity, so let's just keep going. Yeah, and see there, the B2s, I think they're doing that, that buff sweeping ability, so if I had tenacity up, I would just lose it. So we're going to hang on to that. We'll throw out the grenade, that'll get rid of a couple extra stacks. We do get the turret assist, so we are now 1 away, and I think now we are going to do a cleanse on Shaak Ti. And the last droid goes down, so one of them is down. Now what we're hoping for here, great, Jango attacks the Reek, that's pretty fortunate. we're going to switch over and keep working on the second B2, and I would love if Rex took a big hit here, and we got our sacrifice. Now again, not going to use the tenacity up and the turn meter here, thinking the B2 does his sweep, removes it, and then we get burned by Jango, and then we can't cleanse it, and then we're in trouble. So we'll hang on to that. Yep, there we go, as predicted. We are going to give protection up here. Actually, that probably won't work. Let's see. Right, recovering health and protection. We are going to give that to Fives. His health is low. We don't want him to die outright. We want him to sacrifice. So let's do that. Heal. Fives. Alright, he's much more healthy now, and hopefully he won't take a direct hit, and we'll get a sacrifice off. I don't think in any of the runs I've ever done, I've been able to get Fives to sacrifice. He has always been targeted and taken out as the first clone to go down. Every single run. It's crazy, stupid, bad RNG. Alright, we are still not calling anyone to assist, so we'll just do a basic. And this should take out the last B2. There goes the burn. And there goes Rex. Okay, we got the sacrifice. First time ever. So, great. Still, I shouldn't say great, but better than usual. So now, we cannot do anything to Jango until we get some additional stacks. So Rex actually is able to hit Jango. So the idea here is to get aerial advantage off on Jango, take him out once, then take him out a second time, and then switch to the Reek. So far, I see the path. I haven't been able to even see the path in any of the other runs. So that's slightly encouraging, but it's a long way to go and a lot that can still go wrong. Damage immunity on Jango, so let's go here. And do we want the turret to get the extra hit on the Reek? Yeah, let's give it to Rex. He's going to go next. Let's just see how that goes. Alright, now we are going to get rid of the burn. We do need that. And I think the turret here, hitting the Reek needlessly, well, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's put the extra hit on the Reek. I think the turret will assist here. It does. Nice big 14,000, and we resist there, so that was great. But that was, again, back-to-back burn. Jango burned, I cleansed it, and he burned again. So if he does a third one, I'm losing Shaak Ti, and my team's going to fall apart here. Actually, the Reek is probably going to attack Shaak Ti if I know how my RNG goes. We're going to lose her and start to fall apart anyway. Do we want to use the grenade? I don't think so. It does slightly more damage, but I'd rather save that for an opportunity to do a hit to Jango if I need it. Great, Shaak Ti survives there. And let's get another cleanse. So we will cleanse Echo, so he does his assists, and we'll get him attacking the Reek, hopefully. Alright, now we also have extra damage here on Arc Trooper. So this is where I get stuck. Do I start to put damage on Jango, get him halfway down, then have aerial advantage, and it would have killed him anyway, and then I've wasted all that kind of mediocre damage? I think that's the right move. If I take off the protection of Jango, but then use aerial advantage to finish him, I wasted all those hits on Jango when I instead should be putting them on the Reek. So let's do that. Big hit on the Reek. Rex has aerial advantage next turn, so he's going to go for the Reek. Great, Shaak Ti survives again. We are going to get a hit from Jango here. We're going to hope for one more dodge from Shaak Ti. Great, Jango hits the Reek. And we're going to go for turret control. Let's give it to Echo. Alright, aerial advantage. This should take out Jango. It does. He comes back. The Reek attacks him. That is super fortunate. Now we have the grenade. We can deal damage to both. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna pour the damage on. We want to get Jango down here. Come on. All right, this should finish off Jango. Down he goes. Okay, this is exciting. This is close. We need a couple of big hits here. We are gonna give this to Rex because he has the next attack. We want all the damage that we can get now. We're just gonna pour it on. 78,000. Boy, that's a big hit. The cleanse doesn't do anything. We're not gonna gain the bonus turn meter. We might as well just attack. Grenade does more damage. Let's throw it out. 61,000. Take those hits. Oh, I think we're going to be a little bit short here on damage. Aerial advantage doesn't do what it's supposed to do. The Reek takes reduced damage, but I still think it's going to be better than a basic, so we are going to do it, even though this isn't going to be a cure-all. Ah, we're going to come up a little bit short. Well, we got pretty close, and down goes Rex at the end. So, boy, that was certainly the closest that I've gotten. And do I think it's possible if that RNG on the first turn had gone right, if I didn't get trampled on the first turn? Probably, but to be honest, a lot of the RNG for the rest of the run did go in my favor, and it still just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough damage getting through there. And that's with an all Relic 5 team, one member at Relic 6. So, yeah, there are some tweaks that I could make. I'm sure my mods aren't perfectly optimized. But, man, that's frustrating to know that that level of power, getting most of the things to go right, still isn't enough to get through that battle. That's just unfortunate. It really, really does depend on how that first turn goes, if the Reek does the trample or not, and how far ahead you can get on that first turn. So that's going to be the team, at least for the time being. I imagine in a month, I'm going to be in a similar situation. Hopefully I have Ray by then, but it's going to be close. So I really don't anticipate leveling this team up too much farther. But I think I can do it with this team, again, having a lot fall in my favor and go the right way. So that was at least enjoyable. I got to apply some of the strategy. I got to see how some of the battle plays out. I got to see some progress. So that was encouraging. That was better than I thought this was going to do, obviously, from the bit of a downer in the opening there. So take those lessons from that. Know that this mission is extremely hard, RNG dependent, gear dependent. You really need to have a top level clone team. And those resources are tough to justify right now with the all the relics required for the Galactic Legends. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, if you saw anything that I can do, if a tweak here or there, let me know in the comments. I will do a quick run through showing the team and their full mod set so you can know exactly what I was using in this run. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.